In 2016, I bought a Deepblu Cosmiq. I wasn't happy about it. Honestly, I was not a happy camper. 2 years later, Deepblu came out with the Deepblu Cosmiq Plus, dubbed internally as the King Kong version. And I didn't want to review it right away. I wanted to give it some time. I wanted to really check it out before voicing my opinion. And here we are. Alrighty, so let's look at Mr. King Kong over here. So the old Cosmiq came in this little box, new Cosmiq comes in this box. Big difference, but is that enough? Well, first of all, as with the previous version, and I'm a sucker for it, really nice packaging. Comes in a really maybe an overly large pouch, honestly, for a dive computer. And there's two versions here. Well, there's actually more. There's several color combinations. I've got two right here, and one of them would be the original black version with a cool sort of camouflage wristband. The other one, I kind of like this one. A white version with a really sweet sort of Arctic camouflage wristband. And right off the bat, if we compare, the unit is actually slightly bigger, just the tiniest bit, which means that it's not just a software overhaul, it's, you know, everything, software, hardware. They really rethought the product. So what I'm gonna do is compare this with the grievances that I had on the 2016 version, which I communicated to Deepblu, and let's see how they, if they truly came through and fixed those issues. Issue number one, and that's where for me it fell apart immediately, was that with the original version here, and it's a plus, right? But it's a plus turned into a negative. So it has USB charging, so there's a little magnet here that's supposed to clip on and then charge, which is great. I mean, the computer holds up, definitely, at least for a day of diving, more actually. And you can be pro or con having USB recharging. I think it's fine. Like I'm okay. I already charge my phone. I already charge, you know, whatever. So I'm okay to come home after a day of diving, plug that in. That's not a big deal. But what is a big deal to me is that thing, the magnetic charger, it was never clear if it was correctly latched on. There was no way of telling, and more often than not, it wasn't. And the Cosmiq wouldn't charge. And I'm really happy to see that they've remedied that in this new version here, which and it's so simple, it's so basic, but it has a little lip, if you will, that sits over the edge, and the magnet seems to be a bit stronger to me as well. Beep, there we go, it immediately beeps, it tells you it's connected, and as you can see, I can move this around, and the magnet, you know, it doesn't slip. I can even just hold it up. It doesn't go, you know, it doesn't lose connection. And it's those things, you know, it's those things that to me make the difference between a cheap, you know, Taiwanese product and something that is actual quality. And this is one improvement that I'm super stoked about. Second thing that I had a big problem with was that a lot of people that I knew who had a Cosmiq were experiencing failures, were experiencing lemons, you know, and they would always be replaced, they would always be helped. That's not the point. But I feel like as an electronics producer, you're gonna have lemons, you're gonna have products that don't work. But and it's good to come through and to replace those, but you have to get that lemon rate down as low as you possibly can. And to the best of my knowledge and what I've been able to find, they've brought it down by a lot. I do not know any Cosmiq Plus 2018 King Kong version owners with problems. If maybe you do, maybe that would be something that you could tell us about below. Maybe also tell us how Deepblu dealt with those. I'd be really interested to hear that. Isn't that neat? I like that. So delving deeper into the package, it does also come with some bungee. Maybe that's a detail, but I always like it when my dive computers come with options, because maybe you're just wearing it on your wrist, maybe you're wearing a wetsuit, dry suit, what have you, and so giving different options to wear it, I really appreciate. I do think they did go, it's cosmetics, I get that, but they did go above and beyond, sort of delivering the extra straps, which I mean, it's fine. This is purely cosmetic, but it's nice though, isn't it? I think I'm gonna go with this one. And then there is the real, what I had a real problem with on my unit, my 2016 unit, which is when I took it on a dive, the depth reading would be off as compared to all of my other computers. And it wasn't by a lot. It was like, I think by half a meter, something like that. So, 2 to 3 feet. But it is the biggest discrepancy that I've seen between any dive computers, and it matters. For me, that matters. The reason I'm wearing this thing is to give me accurate bottom time and depth information. If I can't get that, then there's just no reason to buy it. But from what I've been able to tell, King Kong version, again, corrected that situation, delivers top-notch information that is as good as what I can get. For those of you who've never used any of these, it's really worth going through the menus together. I find it takes a bit getting used to because of the way sort of the display lights up. The display, and I will say that's one negative, is that it is still hard to read in direct sunlight because it is the display that illuminates. So if obviously it can't compete with the sun. So if you're on the surface, direct sunlight, it's a little bit harder to see. But the minute you're underwater, even just a foot down, that problem is completely gone. So, but it is something to think about. It is easy, it's super easy to use. 2-button navigation as well, which I'm usually wary of. 1 and 2 button navigation, I'm just not a big fan. I like to have at least my sort of 3rd button, but it works. It's not confusing, it's very clear, the information is right there. So again they didn't change too much to the interface compared to the original version, but they didn't need to because that wasn't at all a problem. That was solid to begin with. And then the last thing that I think really sets this computer apart from many others is that easy feature to connect with your phone. You do a dive, couple of dives, and you just beam them right into your phone. You don't need a cable, no nonsense. Boop, into the app. And they're trying really hard with the app to turn it into sort of a social media platform. Share your dives, share your logs. It does have a lot of cool features though. You can actually take pictures with a GoPro. Those timestamps can be added to your dive profile so you can see exactly when and where you took that photo, took that video. That's cool, that's ingenious. I don't use it, but I could see people use it. I could even see dive professionals use it. Maybe you're a dive master, dive instructor, and there were pictures taken. Maybe you can share the log with your students. Great way of logging dives too, by the way, beep beep. And all the pictures are there. So there is something really here. I do like also, and again, I said it earlier, I'm a sucker for this and it's kind of inconsequential, but I really appreciate the sort of, the different colors, the different combinations, because it sort of allows you to have fun. It allows you to have fun with your gear combo, and obviously that means nothing if you don't have a functional dive computer. But I would say, knowing that this thing performs and it performs well, being able to kind of play with it is just an additional feature that I think, sort of brings that joy, that fun into diving, which is what a lot of us got into diving for in the first place. It's a cool product. Yeah, I would 100% recommend it. For you guys, if you do want to try it out and you don't want to take a huge risk, in the description below, I'm gonna leave a promo code, coupon code, and a link to the web store. So if you guys want to get one, want to try it out, it's got different colors in there, you certainly can. And then also let me know what you guys think of it. That was our review, maybe short and sweet, but let me know what you guys think, and we'll get the conversation started. Maybe you already have one, maybe you want to share how that worked for you. Please make sure to subscribe, maybe even like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.